Hello everyone, this is Jacob Radford. This is going to be my third tutorial for Autodesk Fusion 360. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to modify and create new, more advanced shapes. So we have the modify bar here and the create bar here. And these will allow us to create some more technical shapes. And I'm going to be showing you how to use some of the tools in those bars today. So I've already got this box here. First, we're going to be using the modify bar, and I'm going to be modifying this box. So first, we're going to learn how to use the chamfer tool. And as you can see there in the description, it allows you to make straight edges that allow you to create more rounded shapes without necessarily being entirely round like the fillet tool was. So I'm going to click chamfer like I did there, and then I'll select a side that I want to do it to. And then we'll type in the amount that I'd like to chamfer this side. So I have typed in 5 millimeters there, and as you can see, it's made the side there. And I can continue doing this for more sides. I'm going to do it to this one now, and I'm going to do it to this one as well. And you're going to see it creates a nice kind of point there where all the sides have been affected with the chamfer tool, and it looks kind of cool there. So that is how to use the chamfer tool. Now I'm going to undo all that so I can use a different tool on the box. The next one is the shell tool, and as you can see there in the description, it will allow you to create a hollow space inside a solid block. So for example, if we want to turn this 3D box into a hollow box, maybe you want to store something in there or something, we can use the shell tool. So in order to do that, we'll select the face that we want to remove, and then we will put in a number that will specify the thickness of the walls of the box. So if I type in 5 millimeters and then enter, as you can see, we now have a box that is hollow, and that's pretty cool. And we can also, if I undo that there, we can do it for this side here. So we'll type in 5 there as well, and we have a box there that is on its side, and we can do that for any side of a shape. That is how to use the shell tool. Now, in order for these next couple tools, we're going to need the select. So you'll put on select, and then you will click and drag to highlight the entire box. As you can see, there is now blue. That means I have it selected. So next, we're gonna use the scale tool. So it allows us to scale up or down an existing shape. If we want to make it bigger or smaller while maintaining the same length proportions, we can use the scale tool. So I now have it selected, I have the scale menu up, and right now the default scale factor is 1. That means it hasn't been changed at all yet. If I type in 2, you're going to see it now has made everything about the box, the side lengths, it has made it twice as large. Additionally, I can do something like 0.5, and now you're going to see it makes it half the size. So that is how to use scale. It will allow you to change the proportion. It will not change the proportions, but it will change the size of the box to whatever scale you select. Next, we're going to learn how to move and copy an object that's already there. So as you can see, I selected the object, it's in blue, and then I select the move and copy button, and now we have all these buttons that let us move it. So we can move it this way with the arrows, we can move it in one direction. That's what the arrows do. If we select the planes here, it lets us move it all around the plane that we selected, which is nice. And if you select and drag the middle dot, we can move it in all of the 3 dimensions. So you can use any of those methods you want to move the box. And you can see I've now moved it there from where it was originally. It's now under the plane that I'm looking at here. So another thing you can do with move or copy is, obviously we learned how to move, but you can also copy. So I will press move copy again after selecting the shape. Then I press, you can see here, create copy. So what this basically does is when I move the shape, it will leave the original one there, and it will also create a copy to wherever I move the shape. And then we press OK, and there we go. We now have the original shape where it first started before I created the copy, and we have another shape that I've just created in a different location. So that is how you move and copy shapes. Now next, we've covered the modify tool and some of its interesting components. Now we're going to use the create tool. And I'm going to be showing you how to create a loft, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the revolve tool. So we're going to need to create some sketches for that. That's quite easy. We know how to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and create them there. Create them here. Here's a circle. And I'm going to be using the revolve tool with the circle. Basically what this allows you to do is it allows you to create a circle around, or a donut, sorry. You can create something like a donut around whatever axis you pick. So I'm going to pick, sorry, I need to go back into revolve there. I'm going to pick this axis here because I want to revolve the circle around the red axis. So I'm going to do that. And as you can see there, it's done it for me. It's created a donut, a 3D donut. It's revolved it around the axis I picked. So that is how to use the revolve tool. Now I'm going to show you how to use the loft tool. We're going to first need some sketches here, so I'm going to create them. I'm going to be creating a cone with the loft tool. So as you know, a cone is kind of like a cylinder, but it slants in or out as it goes upward. So in order to do this cone, we're going to need to construct a new plane. Because as you can see, when we create a sketch, it's only on this flat plane. But we want it to be up here so that we can create a cone from here up to this circle. So how do we do that? What we need to do is we need to construct an offset plane. That will allow us to construct a plane upward that we can then draw on. So as you can see, I can move this plane up here, and then we have it there. So I can now sketch on this plane. I can sketch my circle on this plane. I'm going to put it right over top here, but I'm going to put it like something like this so that it's smaller so we can make a cone. And as you can see, it is now elevated above the original other circle sketch. So now you can see quite clearly what's going to be happening here. The cone is going to start at the bottom and go up. So now all we need to do is we need to select the loft, which will allow us to create our cone. We press on the bottom one and the top one. You select the two, like I did there. You select the two faces that you want the loft to be between. And then we simply press enter. And there is our loft. And that is how to use some of the tools in Create and some of the tools in Modify. There are obviously a lot more tools, but that is all we have time for today. That's going to be about it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.